a new entrant into the Fit to Box middleweight lace price division from China, 120 English pounds, and that is the Buffalo Boxing Studio. Hello and welcome to Fit to Box channel. I'm Coach Simon, and here on Fit to Box channel I bring you all things boxing equipment. Today is a new brand to the channel, and they are from China, and these gloves are made in China, and the brand is Buffalo Boxing Studio, and these are a studio specialising in leather goods, and this is their boxing glove division. So this is the box that they come in. And so without further ado, let's get them out for you to show you. And as you can see, the pink and silver there. Let's get them out the box, and I'm going to have a really good look over all of these today and give you at the end, as I always do, my rating and ranking for these gloves. So let me just show you there, and I think these have got great style in that pink. And then as I come round, show you the front as well. You've got obviously pink and silver, and then they've also got these brown leather patches on there as well. And also on the front you can personalise, and as you can see you've got Fit to Box hot stamped on there, and that is a free service. So I'm going to sort of go over not only what I think of those labels, but also the whole glove. So these are 16 ounce, they're a training glove, and they are 120 UK pounds. And if you I'll put on the screen the Instagram page if you want to have a look at what this Buffalo Boxing Studio does. The production for these gloves is 30 days. So let's have a closer look at these gloves. These gloves are lovely in that beautiful pink, and then you've got the silver there, and then you've got these badges which really do look classic. You've got Buffalo Boxing, and obviously you've got the head there of the buffalo. No logo on the rear, and I do like logos on the rear of the gloves, especially given that once that's all taped up you wouldn't know who made these gloves. So let's just bring around the front and show you there as well. So you can see all around the glove, and then so you've got a really lovely leather. That's a medium to soft knuckle. You've got a thumb that is tucked in. You've got a canvas attachment, which I do think should be leather, especially at 120 pounds. I'm confused as to why they've gone with canvas, although it does tuck in the thumb. It should be more durable, I would say, if that was leather. And then on the inside you've got 3 unique holes. I've never seen holes like that on a boxing glove, where they've got a big hole in the middle and 4 small holes around, and there's 3 of those. Then you've got the wrist, you've got the raised badge at the back, you've got the silver leather, you've also got on the front, you've got the raised badge, Buffalo Boxing, private custom, and then Fit to Box that they've put on there for me. Again, you can see how raised up that is. And then you've also got some padding, soft padding, bulbous padding at the front, both of those, and then at the rear a stiffer, flatter padding at the rear. So just to show you that as well. That rear can be covered by plastic to cover over the rough edges on the back of that logo badge. As I bring that round, you've got a fairly large soft grip bar. You've got also 4 of those same unique holes on there, so you can see. And then at the bottom there you have got that badge, and obviously you've got the lace as well. And then in silver you've got the beading. And then stitching. So if you just have a look at the stitching, very good, neat stitching by this leather studio. And then bring it around so you can see around there as well. And the other side, really well made. Let's have a look at the lining. There is no 16-ounce label on the outside of the glove, only at the back there. So you've got made in China on the reverse side of that, and you've got the 16-ounce there, and you've got almost like a spongy lining, but I have to say, and I'll cover this in the comfort section, that lining is the downfall of this glove when it comes to sparring. Okay, so 16-ounce on the label, the left glove first up to the scale, and they come out at 16.5, and then the right glove, and they come out at 16.3. So let's have a look at the comfort of these gloves. Start off with the right glove, and as I slide them in, they're quite a wide glove from there to there, and as I put them on, I'm opening my hand, and I'll come on to that in a moment. But as I put them on, firstly, obviously they're the lace version. I would say that these laces could do with being a little bit longer. When I was putting them on and using them, I was finding that I was having to tie them at the front because they wasn't long enough to tie around the rear. And a lot of people do like to tie their gloves at the rear of the gloves, so these would need to be a little bit longer. When it comes to the comfort then, very comfortable in the finger pad position. There is no pressure or uncomfortableness at the rear of the top of the cuticles or the fingernails, and the thumb is tucked in nice, albeit with a canvas attachment, which I would always say for a pair of gloves, 120 English pounds, that should be a leather attachment. And I'm not sure why they've gone for canvas when the whole of the glove is leather. You've got some thick padding round there and also at the rear, and so you've got a good wrist on these gloves as well. Let me just put the other one on, and again, comfortable in that sort of no pressure points, not even at the front of that thumb. The thumbs are comfortable, both tucked in, and no pressure at the front or the back of those finger ends. The only thing I would say is the problem comes when you start to open up your hands. So let's go on to the sparring and what I found when I was sparring in them. When you do that and open up the gloves, yes, you can open up the gloves, but what happens is the lining on the inside slips. So as I open, my fingers are now here. So there's a lot of travel when it comes to the lining. I'm literally moving the lining on the inside. It's slipping back and forth. So what happens is as you're trying to catch shots, your finger ends there, and effectively instead of catching the shots, you end up almost like batting them away. And also what happens is you keep on adjusting your glove to make sure that you've got it on, because it is literally slipping around. Not only does it do it on this glove, but it does it on that glove as well. So when it comes to sparring, these gloves definitely lose points on that, because you have got to be able to control the end of that glove with your hand. When you open it, you need to be in full control, and the top gloves all have that feature. Unfortunately for these, that lining means that you lose that control of the finger end. So definitely when it comes to sparring, that is a big no-no. And then onto those badges. As you can see, you've got the Buffalo boxing badge there, and again, when it comes to sparring, it's a nice leather badge, but it's a bit rough on the outsides of those edges. And so what I would do is I would make sure you use glove tape to cover that over, as opposed to scraping your opponent, and it can be quite sharp. Same with the one at the front. Again, it's a nice touch, but ultimately when you're sparring, that is sharp and rough, could sort of scuff as you're going across somebody's face or their arms or whatever, and so the whole of that wrist would need to be taped off. Also, on these gloves, there is no outside of the glove ounce indicator. So once that is all taped up, or even if it's not taped up, you can't tell what size these gloves are without having a look on the inside. So yeah, on the inside it does say 16 ounce, but once you've got them on and they're all tied and you've got the glove tape on, you wouldn't be able to tell. So when it comes to sparring, there's a few things that need to be improved for me to raise the score of the sparring on these gloves. Bag work, for me, these are better on the bag. You've got a good thick grip bar, in which case you can do a good fist. The protection on the knuckles is good, and also the support around the wrist is good. As I say, could do with longer laces. If you've got longer laces, you could make even better wrist with the laces. But that finger issue is less of an issue when it comes to the bag, but really more of an issue when it comes to sparring. So these gloves are going to go into the Fit to Box middleweight lace price division. 4 gloves between 101 English pounds and 200 English pounds, or 121 US dollars to 250 US dollars. And so these gloves, I just get the card up. These are a Chinese brand, and these are made in China. So style 95, really love what they look like, especially really great colourway with the silver and the pink. Comfort 92, very much affected by that lining slippage in the finger area. Durability 95, I think they're very well made with really good leather, and the stitching on them is very good. Sparring, it's a low score of 90, and that again is for the reasons given during that sort of sparring review. At the end of the day, you need to be able to catch shots, you need to be able to retain the finger end when you are catching those shots, and also those badges need to be addressed in terms of scraping your opponent. Bag 92, so I do rate them higher on the bag. And value for money, for the quality of what you're getting, I've gone 96, 120 English pounds, and what that means is these come out as good, a good pair of gloves that comes out at 93.3. So let's just get up on the screen the Fit to Box report card, and as you can see there, beautiful style, great leather, very well made, surprisingly low price. They can be personalised on the front label there, which is nice touch. There's good neat stitching, the laces could be longer, they are on weight, that canvas thumb attachment needs to be leather. The loss of the finger end when opening the hands is a problem when sparring, and the rough leather badges, I think that they could be improved. When it comes to the leather badges, what they've told me, and they've sent me some pictures, as you use them, that then starts to get a bit darker and looks more sort of classic looking as opposed to sort of new looking. And also what you can do through them, they do an option where you can have a plastic cover over there to stop that roughness. So they've sort of addressed that on the back with the plastic cover, not when it hasn't got the plastic cover, and also it's not addressing the front one. Sharp as well as rough. So as I say, really do like what they've done with the style, really do like the fact that they're so well made. 93.3, a good score as you know on my Fit to Box ratings, but these could be improved with a couple of little improvements. These could rate much higher. So I've not reviewed any Buffalo boxing gear before. These are the first ones. I'm impressed with their first try. Certainly look forward to some improvements being made and for that score to be higher. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box channel, and I shall speak to you soon.